party's starting now, and you have until midnight to find the house on Haunted Hill.
You may no doubt guess what may happen from the title of this film. It starts off with this guy Watson attempting an introduction, looking as if he just crapped his pants. The producers didn't seem to like it, and so they got Vincent Price to do it again, only better. The background info is he's renting out this scary house because his wife wanted a party, and anybody who can stay the night gets $10,000.
A haunted house party.
He gives some pointless exposition introducing the characters and why they want the money, all the while appearing as a floating head. Kinda reminds me of the beginning of Zardos. What, Vincent Price? Oh come on, you remember him. He was the doctor in that ridiculous cringe fest, The Bat.
But I know what it is.
Everybody gets acquainted, a door slams shut and a chandelier falls down and Vincent lurks on a nearby balcony.
All this belonged to a Mr. Norton.
So Watson gives a tour of the house because apparently he owns it but doesn't actually stay in it.
Mr. Norton.
Oh come on, who keeps a vat of acid in a wine cellar?
But his wife didn't think it was any good. So he filled the vat with acid and threw her in.
Surely that is against health and safety. And they wouldn't have just left it there. They would have at least tried to remove it after a murder investigation, wouldn't they? Oh shit, a door closed and Lance is on the other side of it. This, boys and girls, is apparently a ghost. Now I'm not going to rag on the effect too much because, to be fair, overall it was a pretty good job. It's silent and it moves eerily like it's gliding across the floor. It's not there for long so you don't see much and it doesn't have a face, which is slightly creepy. Okay, this is possibly the greatest bit in the entire film. Okay, I'm not even going to lie, this fucker got me real good the first time I watched it. One moment it gives me a cardiac arrest, and the next minute it made me nearly piss myself as the ghost just randomly floats out the door like he's riding a skateboard. This is mental. Nora and Lance meet Vincent's wife, and they talk about stuff we already know. I got the feeling earlier on that neither Vincent or his wife liked each other pretty much. She presumably wants him dead.
You remember the fun we had when you poisoned me?
Something you ate, the doctor said.
Yes, arsenic on the rocks.
And he the same, I guess.
I hear that hanging is very uncomfortable, in case you get any more ideas. Now, don't let the ghosts and the ghouls disturb you, darling.
Darling, the only ghoul in the house is you.
Nora gets in trouble again. Is that a lost wax head from Madame Tussauds, I wonder? Oh, for Christ's sake, again? That's twice in the space of a minute! Turns out the scary man and the lady are the caretakers. Yes, but that doesn't explain how a person can blur their own face or ride a skateboard when they're blind.
And his wife. They've been caretakers here for years. She's blind, you know.
So they're given guns, which Watson helpfully points out won't work against the ghost.
Throw these guns away. They won't do you any good.
I agree with Pritchard on that point, although not for the same reason. Suppose Nora had had a gun when she mistook the blind woman for a ghost.
Yeah, how exactly did you know that since nobody actually mentioned it before? All Nora said was she saw a ghost. How do you know it's the old lady? Did this guy write the script or something? Anyway, Nora goes mad and Watson looks a bit mental as well.
She's gone. She's gone with them. And there's nothing you can do about it.
Then Vincent's wife turns up dead, but then she becomes alive again. That is later on though. So they all have a meeting and decide to go back upstairs and stay in their rooms and chill out. Well, except for Watson, who just looks mental. This is another good bit. Convenient and on-cue lightning.
It's so dark down there. Maybe it wasn't Mr. Lord.
It was him, all right. He tried to kill you, and he did kill his wife.
How can you be so sure?
She tried to warn me, asked me to help her. The doc thinks he's going to try and kill one of us.
Genius.
There must be a way out of this place.
Then for a few minutes everything just goes completely bananas. Lance gets trapped behind the wall. Vincent's wife appears in the air outside Nora's window, also somehow having got magic powers over rope or some shit. Nora sees Vincent's wife hanging again, and then a random hand appears around the door. Did anybody tell that hand guy he might be in the wrong film?
An admission of guilt, Doctor?
Certainly not. There's either somebody else in this house or one of us has left his room. Did you hear anything?
Organ music?
That, and someone walking.
That's funny. I recall running and screaming, but whatever.
Really?
Then Vincent Price gets shot.
No!
Oh, bloody hell, woman, stop screaming all the time. The Doctor appears from literally nowhere because he's, you know, evil. Because he wants to dump Vincent's body in the acid, but then the lights randomly go off and you don't see what happened. Turns out his wife was working with the Doctor all along. She comes down to the cellar. The door's all closed and a skeleton just flies out of the acid.
Me.
So she craps herself and backs towards the acid. Oh, bit of a wobble there. And then she finally falls in. At last. So he was alive after all, and puppeteering the skeleton. Awesome.
The crime you two planned was indeed perfect. Only the victim is alive and the murderers are not. It's a pity you didn't know when you started your game of murder that I was playing too.
Hell yeah, this guy rocks. So the truth is revealed, and then Watson ends the film with this.
Now there are 9. There'll be more, many more. They're coming for me now. And then they'll come for you.
Yeah, okay, it was pretty good. I quite enjoyed it actually. 7 out of 10.